All right, shifting gears to international concerns. Last night, the U.S. Ambassador to Russia, John Sullivan, delivered the Biden administration's written response to concerns the Kremlin had expressed during the ongoing standoff between Russia and Ukraine. According to news reports, the, quote, written document was intended to address concerns Moscow has publicly released and to outline areas where the U.S. has said it sees potential progress for Russia or with Russia, arms control, transparency, and stability, the top U.S. diplomat told reporters at the State Department, end quote. But apparently, the Kremlin was not impressed by the White House response. Today, the Russian foreign minister was quoted as saying there is no positive reaction on the main issue in this American document. The main issue is over our clear position on the inadmissibility of further expansion of NATO to the east and the deployment of strike weapons that could threaten the territory of the Russian Federation. Joining me now with the latest on this ongoing crisis is Senator Roger Wicker of Mississippi. He is a member of the Senate Armed Services Committee and was recently in Ukraine meeting with Ukrainian officials. Senator, welcome back to the program.
Thank you very much, Tony. Glad to be back on.
So I know you took a trip with, it was a bipartisan trip with other senators over to Ukraine. You met with President Zelensky. You've been a part of briefing the Biden administration. Is the Biden administration responding appropriately to the situation?
Well, they're responding better than the Obama administration did. I will have to say I would like to have seen a little more of a muscular response, but also this comes in the context of everything else that's happening. You know, when Leon Panetta, who served in the Democratic Obama administration, says the world sees weakness coming from this administration over Afghanistan, over our defense policy, I think it's pretty telling that someone like that's a dedicated Democrat would say the world sees weakness. And I think that is the sort of thing that gives Putin ideas about returning to what Ronald Reagan called the evil empire. And that's a return of something like the USSR, where Russia controls its neighbors, where they're not free, they don't have the ability to have a market economy, and they don't have the ability to elect their own leaders. So to the extent that we are saying we're willing to send weapons over there, I applaud that, and I want to be bipartisan about it. And I hope that some of the stronger members on the Democratic side of the Armed Services Committee can continue to give the president some backbone and spine on this issue.
Senator Wicker, you have said that the time for diplomacy alone has ended, that we're now at a point where a more aggressive stance is needed. Is that the sending of weapons to Ukraine? Is that what you're suggesting? Or is there more the U.S. can do?
Well, here's what I don't ever believe in doing. I believe in following the Eisenhower doctrine, which every president, Democrat and Republican, has followed. We don't rule anything out. No president has ever done that until this one. So I'd leave all options on the table, but clearly the Ukrainians and the Europeans are capable of defending themselves if we'll supply them with the proper armaments. But I would not rule out. I just wouldn't take anything off the table because it's a bad option.
I agree.
Let me say this: from having talked to the defense minister over there in Kiev, the foreign minister, and the president of the country, the freely elected president who got 75% in the last election, the Ukrainians have the resolve never to go under the Russian thumb again. They remember how it was not to be free. And they're listening also to what Putin's saying to the neighbors. Putin also said, not only do we not want Ukraine ever to be a member of NATO, even if they freely choose to do that, we want Bulgaria and Romania to leave NATO and come back into sort of a non-aligned status. There's no way we're going to agree to that sort of thing.
Yeah, and I think you're absolutely right, Senator Wicker. Having worked with some of those Eastern Bloc countries, previously Eastern Bloc countries, the understanding and taste of communism still exist, and those that taste it don't want to go back. You're absolutely right. We just need to stand with them and help them. Senator Roger Wicker, always great to talk with you. Thanks so much for stopping by today.
You
All
bet.
right,
Talk
have a
to you
great day.
soon.